I'm going to tell you what I want. And if that's not what I want, I'll tell you.
That's you. A lot of men won't
absolutely.
do that.
And that's true. And then that's...
But then a lot of these men will get hurt when they see you out with somebody else, even though they don't want you.
Yeah, well... I would say that's only the man that actually did want you. If there's men that just wanted your vagina, they won't give a damn. But if they kind of liked you on the low, but tried to act like I didn't care about you, then yeah, for sure they'll probably feel some type of way.
And that in itself,
which is different, which is a coward. But that's a coward, and that's just a whole different story altogether, right? So I think for men, it starts with the mindset, and I think, interestingly enough, how, you know, back in the day, it's like women felt like they had to be suppressed and don't say anything. You can't vote. You can't this. You can't that.
Women
that was the mindset
feel that
they had.
way. We were told to be that way.
Absolutely, but in being told that way, you decided to believe and to go with it and not really rebel against it up until late. And now we're in a different place where women have their independence. Blah 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 blah. Right? And I feel like men have kind of started to be that way, where it's like you hear sayings like "happy wife, happy life." What?
Why can't I be a happy husband?
Bro, why can't we both be happy? If we both can't be happy, we shouldn't be together. Straight like that. So, even just that saying of happy wife, happy life is the same thing that women were going through 20, 30 years ago of happy husband, happy life. You know? So
I would say in the last, let's say go 20 years back. That's what, 96.
Yikes.
I know.
I think male
and female relationships.
We're
old as fuck. 96. That was what, Bad Boys 2. I mean, Bad Boys.
Bad Boys.
Bad
Boys.
You know you make me feel so good. You know you make me feel so good. You know you make me feel so good. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sidetrack. Major.
That's gonna.
No, I would say in the last 20 years, relationships between men and women have improved. No.
What do you mean?
What?
Have improved?
Like, women have a stronger role in what? No.
Okay, let's hear the rest of this argument.
Hear me out for a second.
Okay.
They're ready.
You're about to come at me. I feel like I'm serving and it's about to get dished right back in my face.
No, let's hear it.
I feel like women have a stronger influence in the workplace, have a greater influence in the household, and have more... Their opinions and their actions are more respected now more so than ever than it has been in the last 20 years.
Okay.
Primarily, example, you have a woman running for president of the United States.
Okay.
We have a female premier in Ontario. I just look at the last 10 years and I can see the top artists in the music industry are women. CEO executives more so now than ever are women. So I'm like...
But everything you're speaking about, like, what about family? How many more stable relationships are there?
That's not going to change because, I'm just going to say it out flat out. Like, men are dogs, okay? I'm not going to defend them. Shit. Dudes can't keep it in their pants.
See, that's the difference with it now, though, is that...
We could be so elevated in... Sorry, Jess. We could be so elevated in all the other areas you've just said, but, like, it still comes back down to...
Boys.
Well, I was gonna say, it still comes back down to purpose and life and creation, having children, stuff like that, and how successful, like, what are the stats on women and successful relationships now versus 20 years ago?
Well, I think now, I don't know the exact numbers. I wish I knew you were going to ask me that because I did my homework. I just really can't answer that question. But I will say, in my opinion, I still feel like women have progressed.
Yeah.
And it's not that men have regressed. I just feel like women have stepped up a notch, stepped up to the plate a lot more now. And I think, that's
a good thing.
I think that's a great thing. Like, I don't disagree with you at all. I just feel like, as well as women progressing, and I won't say men have regressed because I'm not sure, but I just feel like in that process, I'm not sure exactly, like, going back to what we said initially, like okay, we are now more successful. There's the most amount of black women entrepreneurs ever in North America, and all of that. But, like, how well are women and men doing in family structure?
Mm-hmm. And that's where I think where it's a double-edged sword is that women are progressing and women are doing so well, but as you said, and I'm just quoting you, men are dogs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
that's always been that way. Yeah. There's always been men stepping out, this, that, and the other. It's just that now women have the means that if you screw around on me, you fuck around on me, peace. Off you go. I can take care of this shit myself. I can raise my babies on my own. I do not need your paycheck.
We don't even need y'all to have a baby anymore.
Right.
That's not cool.
That we don't. Like
that's the middle
weird though. No, but hold on. That's weird.
Like
that's weird for women too. Like you just want to have a baby by yourself. Like
I have people in my life who've done that. Like who have just they went to a donor and she's had a baby and she's the happiest person. Because I think that men also fail to realize that what makes a woman complete is, like, I can't say for everyone, but in a lot of cases, it's to have a child. Like that's what we're built for. And now we don't need y'all to do that. So like I've watched women do that on their own and give up completely on the idea of a partner.
But I'll be honest, I personally feel I won't say that's wrong, because obviously I know there's situations where that women are going through where that makes the most sense for them to have that type of lifestyle, which is great. But I feel like it's not natural, and I wish that it could be that there aren't situations that arise where that has to happen. Right. I wish it could have been where, for your friend per se, like that. I don't know what happened, but you know, it would have been. I'm sure she would have preferred to have a man that she could love, that loves her back. They have a great relationship. They have a baby together.
But is it natural for men, or is it natural to have children with various different women?
It's not natural.
It's not.
But women have had to deal with that for
absolutely
ever.
And that's another thing that's
so now here women are taking back the ownership on themselves and saying, okay, well, I've only dealt with dogs, and so I'm going to just do what I got to do.
Which brings me back to my previous point that maybe she has gone through some emotional trauma as a young woman, a young lady, growing up, seeing her father step out on her mother multiple times. So maybe she's having a hard time finding that one genuine individual who's looking at her and only her, and then subsequently passing him off for the dude that has like 3-4.
But that's to say that every woman has gone through a story like that, and they've just given up and decided to. Like, we can't say that. I can't say that.
No, I can't say that either. Yeah. But at the same time, I can look at statistics and be able to tell, okay, this girl A, has a boyfriend. She has a child from boyfriend number 1. They break up. He leaves her. Then girl A has another boyfriend, has another child. Boyfriend number 2 leaves. That's not, it doesn't become a trend anymore.
Right.
Now it's reality. It's a statistic. Now you're, on the third try, it's like, come on. You need to just take it easy. Keep your legs closed and maybe try to find a relationship.
This guy said this.
Yes, I did. I apologize. I don't.
But how do you know that in that process she was not trying to have a solid relationship with boyfriend A, B, or C, and that words were not spoken and things were not promised, and her heart was not open to that?
Stop looking at me like that.
I'm just.
What I'm saying is, after the first 2, that woman.
So what she's supposed to? Yeah, she's supposed to just.
No, I didn't say give up. I didn't say give up. No. After the first. No. I take that back. I apologize. But after the first 2, she needs to make a conscious decision and understand. You know what? Maybe a man is not going to fulfill my life. Maybe I need to focus on improving myself. I need to take a look in the mirror and develop myself as an individual before I can give. I need to love myself. I'm saying.
I agree with that.
I think a lot of women, not just anyone individually, but a lot of women need to start loving themselves first.
I think we should say a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Exactly.
Perfect. Because it applies to men too. Yes. A lot of men and women need to look in the mirror and start to love themselves first.
100%.
Develop themselves first before they give their heart, before they give their intimate love to someone else. Because I agree. I used to be very, very unselfish. Like I'd always try to appease to everyone. But there came a point in time where I realized, you know what, fuck everybody. I gotta do me first, let me be happy, and then I can try to make others happy. Because that's how I got my first son. I say my first son, my only son. I just realized, I'm like, wait a second, I have 1 kid. What are you sure?
I know, is you sure? I don't know.
You know? So it was me trying to appease everyone, and then, here comes a child. And then I realized, shit, now it's real.
Right.
So I've made a conscious effort to love him and me first before I can spread that to anybody else. Right. Because now it's not just about me. Now I'm affecting him. And who I surround him by is who I surround him with will be influential on his life.
Right.
So my issue with men and women is that you're not selfish enough. You need to be more selfish.
Bro, I preach that all the time.
Giving so
Right.
much.
I preach that
And
all the time.
that's my issue with, specifically speaking, black women, is that they're so giving. And you just stop giving. Be more selfish. Think about you.
I'd say just people in general.
People in general,
Can
really.
I make a suggestion for a word? Rather than say selfish, just say self-aware.
Self-aware.
Yeah,
Selfless.
no doubt. I like that.
Well, selfless is more like you're giving.
But
Yeah.
just be more self-aware, because I don't think what we need is a whole bunch of selfish people running around, because I don't think anything will get done. I think that we need to be a lot more aware of who we are and what we have to offer, and teach ourselves about ourselves.
For sure. No, I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And
I'm assuming that's what Broken Hills helps with.
Yeah, like, I'm constantly preaching that you need to love yourself so much so that you're pouring into other people.
Yeah.
Because that's where love for other people will come from.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the people around you kind of feed off. Like I always say, you are who your closest 5 people are.
For sure.
The people that you hang with, those 5 people you talk to on a regular basis, whatever, that's you. So it's like, and what that means is similar to what you just said. Like, if you're so into you and you really are self-aware, you're going to pour into those 5 people and they'll do the same to you, and you're all kind of that same thing kind of going forward, right?
Yeah.
That's how I started my journey.
There you go. Yeah,
Well, I feel like there's so much focus around loving yourself, especially with women and on like social media and all that, but I don't necessarily feel like men are focused on that. And I think with men, there's a very thin line between loving yourself and feeding your ego. And I think that there's a lot of men who will say they're very confident and they got this, and I'm just doing me and I'm focused on what I need to do, but it's from an egotistical
100%.
perspective.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then that's where they then impact women who are not fully in love with themselves.
Right.
Oh, I firmly believe no one can love a woman like a woman can love herself. Like, I use my mother as an example. That woman loves herself. And no man, not even me, could match that.
Yeah.
She goes on vacations by herself with her girlfriends. She does it all. I mean, she's the happiest woman I can think of.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm always like thinking like, hey, Ma, you should probably find a boyfriend. You know how many times I thought she's lesbian? The way she dogs men.
But I get that. I feel like and I don't know your mother's story, but like I could speak from my own perspective. Like I hit points where I'm like, I'm just gonna give up on y'all.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, like I'm just gonna like I'm just gonna like do me and focus. Like, it's like the minute I step away from a relationship and a man, everything to do with Broken Heels flourishes.
Yeah.
And then the minute I'm like, okay, let me give some of my headspace back to a person,
Right.
everything else is stagnant. So I also think those types of things end up motivating women to become so much more independent, because they can build for themselves when they recognize they're building for themselves without a partner. Because we grow up as children thinking, husband by the age of 25, first child at 27, big house, picket fence, and then you go through the motions and no man aligns with that or wants it at the same time as you, and you start to build it on your own. Yeah, it's a fairy tale.
Yeah.
And like one of the other things I say, I want women to continue to believe in their fairy tale.
Yeah.
Like, I feel that they deserve that. And I feel like the only chance men have on the receiving end is, like, if women started giving up on their fairy tale, y'all would have no chance. That's what I think. If women started to say, fuck y'all, I'm gonna just do me, get this on my own, build my own picket fence, have my own children, like, we would not need you.
No, hold on. Let me say something.
We'll just line up at the door.
No, you guys are way too intimidated of women that way. You think they're too strong.
This is the thing. No. This is what I think. The fairy tale of... This is the way I kind of see things. All of my dreams and goals entail me and what I want to do and what I want to impact life with. Right? It doesn't entail anything to do with a woman. Now, yes, I know that I obviously want to be with a woman in my life. Right. But my dreams and goals
are around you. And that's the major difference. Right? Have any of you seen Where to Invade Next?
No.
Okay.
What is that?
It's a Michael Moore documentary. But
I love Michael Moore.
Watch it. Right? But they go in on I can't remember if it's Greenland or Iceland or one of those places, but just quickly they talk about how women took over their financial system and structure in the country. They're like falling really low or whatever the case was. But the major